Hi, everybody. I'm Louise from Wildflower.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Cheryl from My Needle Crafts, and we are the Fibre Friends podcast. Every month we focus on a different challenge, different things from socks to mittens and toys and shawls and sweaters. And every month it's something different. And at the end of the month, we draw winners from our Ravelry group and give away some free patterns. So it's always great to have more people join in with us.
It is so much fun. And this is like a transition podcast today because we're finishing March is Around Your Neck and April challenge starts today. It's April 1st.
It is April Fool's. Of course, when you watch this, it'll be the second tomorrow.
It'll be the second, right? But it is April,
okay.
So socks are starting.
Socks.
I know.
I'm always knitting socks. So,
well, I've been knitting socks the last month as well. So I'm excited that socks has just rolled in. So it's officially sock knitting month.
It is.
But what do you want to do first? Do you want to talk about our sock plans, or should we draw winners for the Around Your Neck challenge?
Well, we should talk about, do you have anything you finished up for Around Your Neck?
No.
Do you have anything new you started for Around Your Neck this week?
No, not really.
No.
It was all about socks.
Well, last week I started, had I started? Can't remember.
I think you had just
started on my hipster shawl by Joji Locatelli. I don't have a very good picture here because, I'm cheap and I just print off the instructions, but this doesn't give much away. But it's got a nice fringe and it's got the X pattern, crisscross pattern. Almost everybody's known about it because this pattern's been out for a few years and tons of people have knit it. And I did buy my yarn a few years ago and then never got around to knitting it. So
how are you liking it?
I really like it, actually. We've talked about this before, and anybody who's new, I tend to I cross stitch, and I tend to gravitate to my cross stitch more than I do to my knitting. And right. I can say this past week when I started this shawl, I just wanted to knit on it. So I was pretty excited.
Oh my goodness, look how much you've got done.
Yeah, so I got past the first, it's hard to kind of hold it and make it go around, but it is like a crescent shape.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got my first row of crosses in there.
Yeah.
And then this next, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a knit purl sort of pattern going on. So, yeah, so I'm working on that.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty close now to doing another row of these X's, and they're actually not very hard to do. It's like knit a stitch, wrap 3 times around your needle, knit a stitch, wrap 3 times. And then when you come back, you just drop the wraps, like pick them up once and let the rest fall off.
Right.
And then you crisscross them and knit them. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. That's all I wanted to work on for the first, 2 or 3 days after I started it. So yeah, I've been working on that. Still got tons left of my first ball that's already falling apart.
That's exciting. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. It looks gorgeous.
I kind of got a little bit of knitting mojo going.
That makes me happy. It's such a pretty color, and
I know
doing a different stitch pattern is fun.
Yeah,
it's
so
exciting.
I'm enjoying that. I know it's the end of our Around Your Neck, but I'm going to keep going with that. And
absolutely.
Yeah, so
good stuff. Well, I pulled out my one color brioche. I haven't done much on it, but
that's
I'm
okay.
knit on it while we're chatting. Ooh,
it's growing a little bit. You're almost to the end of that coral color.
Yeah, gonna get into blue. That's exciting. It's always fun changing colors. So that's beautiful. Yeah, your shawl. That's nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
Thanks. I'm enjoying it. So do you want to pick winners sooner or do you want to pick winners at the end?
I don't know. Last time we waited till the end. I don't know. Or maybe we should just finish up. Let's do our winners now. We had a lot of entries again this month. And there were so many great projects. So let me see here. Let me get up Ravelry. I think we have to go to 56.
2 to 56?
55.
55. I got to write it down here so I can, short-term memory. It's a thing that I don't have very much of. So shall we see if Google's going to cooperate today and not give us repeat the same number every single time I ask it?
I know. Sometimes it, yes.
All right. So we'll pick the first one. If we had a drum roll, we'd do it.
So the 3 winners that we're going to pick, you guys can pick any pattern from Ravelry, anything that you've had your eye on, go search for something, can be anything you want. Then send me a message on Ravelry with your pattern choice and I will send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Did you get everybody over from the Facebook group?
I think so. I did. I entered in a bunch of people.
Awesome. Okay, you ready?
Drum roll.
Hey, Google. Pick a number between 2 and 55.
$38.
38.
38.
2, 3, 4. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, I will post a picture right here. Turtle Burger. Brittany from Indiana is our winner.
Turtle Burger?
Yep. I love that. Love that name. So look at it's a gorgeous triangle shell, orange gradient. Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. Let me see if I click on this. It gives us, the pattern name is Grain. It's a tin can knits pattern.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So she used some stash yarn. Sea Coral was the name of the yarn. So I wonder if it was maybe like a Bernat Pop or a like a Karen cake kind of yarn. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Brittany. Congratulations.
Brittany. Woohoo. All right. I'll pick the next one.
What? Yes.
Hey, Google. Pick a number between 2 and 55.
34.
34. Okay. I don't have to go too far.
No. Apparently Google is staying within the.
Oh, okay. So now I don't know what this one is. Okay. So the winner is Marilee. So Marilee B. And so what she said is she finished her Brighten Up Mystery Knit Along Cowl. In case people are still working on it, she doesn't want to post the actual finish. So she's posting as a spoiler. So, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's really cool. So you can post a spoiler on Ravelry. So it shows it's this little icon. It almost looks like it is a box of popcorn and it says spoiler. And then you click on it, then the picture comes up. How fun is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, I'm going to put a picture in right here.
Are we allowed to show it?
Well, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't. Wonder if it's finished. The mystery knit along's finished.
Well,
Maybe
we'll find out. And if we can, we'll put it in. And if we can't,
we
you might have to
won't.
go to Ravelry and look.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll put a picture, I'll message her and see if it's finished, if we can, but definitely come to Ravelry and look, number 34, and click on the spoiler if you're not knitting along with it. It is fun.
And what's her name again?
Marilee.
And that's her Ravelry name?
Marilee B.
Marilee B.
Yeah.
All right, Marilee B. Send Louise a message.
Yeah, that is fun. Okay, so definitely anybody who's knitting it is going to be having a lot of fun with this. It looks like a very interesting construction.
Nice.
There's some smart
All right.
designers out there. Yeah, okay, one more.
One more. Let's see if Google can be more exciting. Here we go. Okay, Google. Pick a number between 2 and 55.
45.
Woohoo!
45. Okay. Or 45. Oh, this is pretty. Crabby Chipmunk.
I love people's Ravelry names.
I know. You wonder how that name came to be, right? Okay, I will post a picture of this shawl right here. Oh, this is stunning. So it looks like it is a asymmetrical, like a boomerang shawl. And there's a few different colors in here. So the pattern is SSP, Slip Stitch Party Shawl by Isabel Kramer.
Nice. No, you're not going outside.
She used Holst Garn Coast.
And that's the one that's the wool and cotton mix, right?
Yes. So it'll be soft. And so she's got
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors in here. Dark apple, silver gray, black, red currant, and the off-white. That looks fun. That looks really, really fun. Well, congratulations. So, Crabby Chipmunk. I don't know. I don't know what your first name is, but I feel like I should know because I think we've chatted in the Facebook group and things. But anyways, congratulations. So send me a pattern you guys would like to knit. If you maybe you want it to be a sock for next month's sock challenge. Oh, well, I guess this month's sock challenge. Exciting.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, everybody who.
Yes. Thanks to everybody who took part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of course the real prize is getting another finish or getting good progress on what you were working on, right?
For sure. Absolutely.
Yay. Okay, well now I can't wait to see what everybody's going to do for socks.
So before we get into what we're gonna do, I think you should show your finish that you finished last week for Sock Madness.
I can show you. I've got them sitting right here. Yes, because when we were chatting last Friday, I was about halfway done the foot on sock 2. So I finished it. I probably could have finished it all Friday night if I'd stayed up, past midnight. But I got tired and I knew that the last spot had filled on the Sock Madness team. So there wasn't a huge rush to get it done. So I went to bed and I finished it Saturday instead. But there it is.
They're pretty. I like those.
Look at that. So there's, if you see this blue, part of the requirements for the Sock Madness challenge was you had to put in a counting thread every 5 rows.
Oh.
So that's what that waist yarn is.
And then, so you'll pull those out now then?
Yeah, I can. Oh,
that was easy.
Yeah. So it was just because there's certain requirements. There's a lot of requirements when you're knitting in Sock Madness in the competition part. There's a lot of details, right? Because everybody has to knit their sock exactly the same length, and there's a minimum size requirement. But
So do these socks fit you?
no, they're too big.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, the other pair is a little bit too long too. Apparently I have a smaller foot maybe than the
Well,
average.
what size feet do you have, Louise? Maybe they'll fit me.
Maybe. I think you have a little bit bigger foot than I do.
I don't know. I wear an 8.
I'm good. Well, yeah, I wear kind of 7.5, 8.
Oh, there you go.
So they might be too big for you too.
Oh, well.
Okay, there we go. Anyways, but it was a lot of fun, and boy, oh boy, so the first 2 pairs of socks for Sock Madness, both pairs had a lot of knit through the back on your knit stitches.
Right.
So that's what made all of these really textured ribs. So it was just ribbing, but it was all knit through the back. So when I started the latest pair of socks for Sock Madness, and it is not knit through the back. And it is hard. I think I have that ingrained in my brain, knit through the back loop, knit through the back. So I've got to really catch myself to knit it, the normal way.
Yeah. So, question. Both those socks were cuffed down, correct?
Yes.
So technically you could pull the toes out and make them a little bit smaller if you really wanted to.
Yeah. And that's what people do. Is you knit it to the specifications, you send in all your pictures, you wait to get an email back saying that you've moved on, or they may say they found a mistake in the pattern and you have the option of fixing it. You could duplicate stitch, you could pull it back, fix it and reknit it, and then resubmit. And then once you know that you have moved on to the next round, then you can modify your socks and make it to fit you, or you just gift them to somebody who's got a bigger foot.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I have had a few people ask me about the patterns for Sock Madness and where can they get them. So right now the patterns are not available. They will be available mid-June once Sock Madness is all over.
Right.
But you can go onto Ravelry now and you can favorite them, or put them in your queue, or whatever you want to do. And I'll try to do a post in June to let everybody know when they're available. So if there's any that you really liked, you can go get them.
You had posted, or somebody posted, a link, am I correct, in the Fibre Friends Facebook group for, it was a Ravelry link that went to past Sock Madness of other years.
I saw
and
that.
There was, and there was, so I went and looked, and there's groups, and you go in there and all the patterns are listed from previous years. So there's some really cool patterns.
There's a lot.
Really cool patterns.
Really interesting ones. Yeah. Yes. So I would. Yeah.
So if you're not a part, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, if you're an avid sock knitter and you're looking for something a little more challenging, or something with a little different techniques, that would be go back through the Fibre Friends Facebook group, find that link and check it out, because there'll be some really fun patterns in there.
Yeah. And if you're not a part of the Fibre Friends Facebook group, it's Fibre Friends Friday Night Knit In, and you'll have to send a request to join because it is a private group, and make sure you answer the questions. I actually denied somebody the other day because there was nothing.
Yeah.
So I just say no. If I can't figure out how because it's simple. Are you a knitter, and how did you hear about us?
Yeah.
And
yeah, because then it just keeps out any what's the word I want to say? Yeah.
For lack of better words.
And like the robot, like the automated responses and stuff, right? So that way we keep all that kind of stuff out of the group. I know, but Sock Madness is really exciting. It's so fun. Definitely next year.
It's madness.
It is a little bit, because the second round sock is out And you know now by after the second day of the pattern being out, you know, the finishes are starting to come in. So yeah, there's some really speedy knitters out there. But it's fun. But I'm not competing, but I still get the sock patterns. I moved from my competition team to the cheerleading team.
Nice.
Yeah, so you still get the patterns, you can cast them on, but there's no competition. So you just get to cheer along. You get to talk in the Ravelry thread with other knitters, and it's a lot of fun.
Nice. So are you going to show us your newest pair that you're working on?
I can. I just got the pattern started and I have learned my lesson. I am not knitting them while we're chatting. And this pair you can't because it's color work and you have to read from a chart. So
yay, color work.
Yeah, I know. And color work was what I wanted.
Oh, they look Christmassy.
I know. I know you guys are going to laugh when I say this, but I need to really stock up my sock yarn with some solid colors. Because a lot of these patterns, you don't want variegated. You know, you don't want all those really fun, beautiful hand-dyed yarns. So I had to really take a look in my stash. And this is what and we needed 3 colors. And I had 3 colors of the same yarn. So this has a little bit of a story with it, right? Remember when I started my qualifying socks, I used this green Fable.
Oh, right.
And I ended up pulling it out because it was just splitting and it was just giving me literally a headache. So I thought, well, everybody had said, they're like, well, Louise, I've used Fable lots of times for socks and it's great. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try it again. So now this pattern, it's working great. It's knitting up nice. I think the other one, because I was I was moving stitches back and forth all the time. I just found it really splitty and it was just driving me bonkers. But now in just a stranded color work, it's working up great.
So when you were doing the first pair with that green, was the other yarn you had also Fable?
No, it was an on your toes sock yarn.
So I wonder if maybe mixing 2 different brands or whatever of yarn maybe had something to do with it too, because you know they don't all behave the same. And if you have 2 different, I don't know.
Maybe I found them both really splitty for doing the cables.
Yeah.
But now that I'm just doing the color work, it's knitting up really nice. So there's my Christmas socks. You guys, I am going to have Christmas socks for November this year. This is the pair. November 1st, as soon as my Hallmark movies start, I'll be able to wear this pair of socks and I'll have a Christmas pair all ready to go.
That's cool.
So
it looks sort of plaid. Or is it flowers?
Nope, it's plaid. It is plaid.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I know, isn't it? And it gets even better. I am at the point right now, we put a pocket on here and it's a double knit pocket.
A pocket on your socks.
A pocket on your socks. So the pattern is written, it is chart form, and then the pocket part is actually written out as well. I think it sounds more complicated than it is. And now that I've read through it a couple times, it makes sense. And I don't think it's going to be hard at all. I just it was just getting too late last night and I didn't want to try and do it, you know, around midnight when I was half asleep. So I just left it. So I'm going to work on that later today. Yeah. So double knitting, plaid, color work. It's fun. So the requirement for the pictures for this, you have to actually show the inside of your sock so they can make sure that you've done the pocket as a double knit.
Okay.
And you haven't just like done an afterthought and did a little pocket kind of thing. So you have to be able to show. I mean, I think it's really interesting, you know, you can just by taking pictures, they can blow things up and look at things and see how you've done them. And yeah, so another really fun project. So we will see. I don't know.
Nice.
I'm guessing, I think last night, let me see here. I think the pattern came out Tuesday. And Thursday night when I checked, there was already 14 finished pairs of socks.
How do people knit that fast?
I'm guessing that these knitters, obviously they can't work. So they're just knitting a sock a day. And continental knitting, I mean, obviously, like, you know, you see Instagram reels where like people are just like knitting so quick, like their hands are just moving. I think you have to have a speedy technique and you have to have your days free. You can just sit and knit. Because, and I know people do just sit and knit because there's lots of comments in the thread. They're like, wow, I got my sock done. And they're like, now I need to give my hands a break, because you do, like, you just, and I know when I was doing mine, like my qualifying ones, I was knitting like 12 hours a day, like eat for half an hour and then just knit. But I'm not super speedy, so I needed those extra hours.
It really isn't something that would be for someone who considers themselves a slow knitter.
No, the only way for that, it would be to do what I've done, right, is to go in as a cheerleader. So if you sign up for Sock Madness, you do have, even to be a cheerleader, you don't have to get your qualifying socks finished, but you have to make a good start on them. I don't know if you have to have one completely finished and a start on the second, and then you send in what you've got done at the end of the 2 weeks, and you say, you know, I gave it my best effort. Can I carry on? Can I be a cheerleader? And then
so okay,
carry
so
on.
that's good.
So
so you can participate even if you're not, you know, really competing, you can still participate.
Yes.
Nice.
So you can. And then as a cheerleader, you still get the patterns as they come out during competition. So you can cast them on if you want to. And then there's no, what's the word? You don't have to. There's no like stipulation that you have to knit to the requirements for the competition. So from here on out now, I can just knit the sock to fit my foot. I don't have to make it as long as the competitor knitters are doing. And then, and if I get my sock finished before the actual end of the round finishes and closes all up, then you get sent out the bonus pattern for the round. If I don't finish it within that time frame, then I'll get the bonus pattern at the end when everything finishes in June. So I'm just kind of thinking, well, that could be my little prize or my little motivation, is to try to get my pair of socks done before the whole round closes. So that could be, the first round closed in 10 days. And there was comments saying that was was maybe the fastest round that they have ever had, having it finished in 10 days. And yeah, so I'm thinking like, and if I had been on a slower team, having my socks finished on that Saturday, I would have made it through into the round. But I mean, that's fine. I'm not sorry that I'm out of the competition, because even if I made it through to round 2, I would probably be out this round, because unless I actually took some vacation days and took time off work, there's no way I can.
It is a little life consuming, isn't it?
It is. And I think you have to kind of make that commitment. Like if you truly want to try to compete and move on to those next, like you have to. It's like, like there's no grocery shopping. There's no going for a dentist appointment. It is like you wake up, like you check for that pattern, and as soon as that pattern drops, like you have got to cast on. But you know, it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun. So I thought, well, maybe for next year, my goal will be to make it into round 2, to get my qualifying socks finished and approved and move on, and get round 1 socks done and move on. So I have a whole year to figure out how I can knit faster. I may switch and I may take up continental knitting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little bit more done on my socks, my orange, not orange socks. I knit a few more rounds on them. So I've marked for my heel and I'm working on the leg. So I'm doing the rib all the way around now.
Oh, nice.
They're getting there. And they're not even really, this one looks a little spirally, but I don't think it really is too much. I think they're fairly consistent.
You're pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Definitely that side is. That side, the sock in your, again, that one looks a little lighter, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is.
Light, but I mean,
yeah.
That's looking pretty close.
It was two separate skeins of Croy that I wound and dyed at the same time. So they're not going to be 100% consistent, but who knows if as I go on, like this one here starting to look, fairly much the same near the top, just this bottom portion's darker. So
yeah. And I mean, and you get that with hand dyed stuff. So you just kind of have to embrace. Yeah.
They don't smell like Kool-Aid.
Don't they?
No, they kind of they don't smell the best, to be honest with you. So this is really funny. And I noticed this as I was measuring.
Yeah.
As I was going, because I knit two at a time and they are like the exact same number of rows, right? Because I can't just knit one sock and not the other as I'm going.
Right.
And so those are even at the bottom.
Yeah.
And look at my two socks.
Okay, so how did that happen?
No idea. One sock is, even when I was measuring them with my sock ruler, one was measuring like more than 1/8 of an inch longer at the time. Isn't that weird?
So was it just you were looser on one sock and tighter on the other?
Well, you know how we've had this conversation recently about how Croy maybe seem to have changed their yarn a little bit? That some of them seem to be not as thick as it used to be or as heavy, the weight of the yarn. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe one of these balls was a heavier, just the yarn was heavier.
I guess that's an option too.
Yeah, like it's a possibility, right?
Because as you're knitting them two at a time, there's no way you could have turned them around, because then you would have been knitting like inside out, right? And you'd have a purl row. So there's not.
Yeah, like I didn't go back. You can't. You can't.
Yeah.
But one does feel a little bit thicker than the other one, the yarn. So that's the only thing that I can think of that may be affecting why one seems bigger than the other one.
That's a mystery.
Like it even seems wider. I could have one sock bigger than the other sock.
That's okay. That's funny. I've never knit a whole pair of anything, and that like sleeves or socks. I've never finished two at a time. I think like way back when I cast on socks to do them two at a time, and I didn't really like it. So I stopped and I just did them, but I went back to one at a time.
So I might have to move, like I mark them on the same round for the heel, and I might have to move one up a row and the other one down a row just to kind of get them the exact same. So, but yeah, it's like, why are these not measuring up? Because if I hold them exactly the same at the top, look at how much difference I have. Like it's 4 rounds. Maybe 3 rounds difference. It's very weird.
That is strange. All right. Has anybody had that happen? Okay.
So,
I'm curious.
oh, keep going.
I'm curious to see if anybody else has ever had that happen with other yarn.
Yeah, like just it's 2 balls of Croy.
Hmm.
You would think.
You
So,
will.
do you have any future plans? I know you just started that colorwork sock, but you're hoping to have that done in a couple of weeks, right?
Yes. I'm going to I want to have it finished or pretty like, yeah, next weekend.
Oh, okay. So do you have plans for what you're going to do after that? Or are you just going to carry on with whatever the next sock madness sock is?
I'm going to do that. I actually have another one I cast on, but this one I think I'm going to pull out and go down a needle size because I think it's looking just a little too big. I tried it on and it fit, but so it's Croy again. It's a navy and the off-white. And this was the bonus pattern.
Oh, right.
That I got for finishing the Ipomia socks, the ones with the beads. So I just have the cuff done. Okay.
This one has beads.
This one does not. So the other one
okay.
had the beads. They're kind of hard to see, right? They're right around the cuff, but those little right there, just in the smocking. This one here is an illusion knit pattern or shadow knitting. So I just got the cuff done. It's going to be blue and white striped, but I think it's just a little too big.
Oh.
So I think I just have the cuff done. So I think I will pull it out and cast those back on just to have as a spare set of socks.
There's no such thing.
But these are going to be really fun. And they're knit from a chart as well. And so you know what shadow knitting is, right? So you can see a pattern, and this is like a happy face. And then when you move your knitting forward and back, then you see a different version of the pattern, depending on how you're glancing at it.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a fun pattern. I thought about carrying on in the larger size and then just giving them to somebody, but I think I might want to make them for me. So I think I'll just pull out the pad or pull out the ribbing. That means I'm gonna have to go down to like a 2 millimeter though. But that's okay. It just seems really, really tiny. So yes, okay. So, but for now, our Fibre Friends challenge. I pulled out yarn. Do you want to talk about yours first?
So I am going to, when I have these ones done, or maybe I'll cast on a new pair. I have a second set of needles. I don't typically like to have 2 pairs of socks on the go at once because then one ends up getting forgotten about. It gets set aside and I don't work on them both. So that happened with my act of kindness socks because it was very patterned and I needed a break. So I put them down and then I didn't pick them up for months. So I haven't decided if I'll keep going with these and then start the new pair, or maybe I'll just cast them on anyway. Well, but I'm going to knit Louise's Rambling Friends socks. Because you gifted this to everybody last year in the sock challenge.
You know what? That's what Karen reminded me, because I had said about giving some patterns away this week. And then Karen messaged me and she's like, Louise,
you already did.
You sent it out to all of us who did it last year. I'm like, oh, you're right. I remember.
Because in my library it says April 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to print off this pattern and everybody can see it with this beautiful lace pattern down the front. So I am going to modify it a little bit. I'm going to knit it toe up.
Okay. Yeah.
So my pattern will look a little bit upside down, but I think it'll be all right.
I'm excited to see how it looks.
I think Trish said she's going to do hers toe up as well.
Is she? All right.
So I think all of us are going to do it in our little knitting group. So I have to decide what yarn.
What are your options?
So I pulled some out.
Did you go yarn shopping or stash diving?
I went stash shopping.
Perfect.
So I have this. So it's this deep pink color, and then it's got some little blips of, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I think they're black, but they might be in like a dark brown. It's hard to tell. I think they're black.
Yep, just see little.
Yeah, just little bits here and there of dark. So this is Three Dog Knits, Fibre Arts.
Oh, I came this close to buying some yarn from her when we were in Hamilton a couple of weeks ago. I went back a couple of times and looked at it.
I didn't know she was going to be there. So she's from Wabashine, Ontario. She's somewhat local to us. And I bought this skein at at one of the shows I vended at that she was at. I bought it because I always like to go around and Exactly. So I have that as an option, and I think that would look really nice.
I think that would look really good.
Or I have the set from Socks Yeah.
Yes.
Socks Yay.
And that would look really nice too. And that yarn is really nice and soft.
It is. So it's a 75% fine superwash merino and nylon, 25% nylon. It's really nice. So it's just a nice kind of heathered gray. Really nice. Because all I wear is hand knit socks. That's it. And sometimes you have things you need to go to where you have to dress up and, wear dress pants or whatever. And, you don't want to go with like crazy multicolored hand knit socks. And I thought, well, maybe a nice gray pair would look nice. And then I could, with a nice little lace pattern would look good.
Yeah, it would.
And then my other option is that I have this one of a kind, so it doesn't have a name, but it's from Debbie at the Loving Path, and it's her Everest sock, blue Fayett's BFL and nylon. And it's just this really deep blue, like almost looks black.
Does.
So it's kind of tonal. It's got a little bit of a stripe here from where it was tied when it was dyed, but super dark. So any of these would be perfect, I think. I'll probably do this one because it's already caked up.
Well, I'm just thinking I would go, as much as I like the really, really dark one, I think the stitch pattern might show up better in a lighter or brighter color too. As opposed to some, when you have cables, sometimes even if you do cables in black, you can see them, but they don't stand out as much as if it was a lighter color.
Is there cable on that, or is it just mostly eyelets?
No, there's some other pattern stitches in there too.
Okay. Trying to see the picture. I don't know. Leave me a note below. What do you think? Which one should I pick?
I think they're all good because you definitely don't want to variegate or stripe it, anything that's too bright.
Might look good in this gray.
It would look good in the gray for sure. Which one are you most excited about knitting?
I don't know.
Because you have to like the color too. You have to be excited when you pick it up, just like your shawl, right? You want to have that excitement.
I can't decide. So, but that's going to be my next cast on.
Well, I'm going to cast that on too, because I haven't knit those socks in quite a while. So this is what I found.
Oh,
Oh,
that's almost the same.
it is.
Now I can see what it would look like.
Well, let's see, but it shows up.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then maybe, keep your dark in.
I'm looking at projects for ideas.
Oh, so that's a bit of a tonal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I like the orange cuff and toe. That's cute.
Yeah, it's actually like a mustard yellow.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
even better.
Oh, and these were yours.
Those are, yep. So, yeah, okay. So you got options, all three. You may just have to close your eyes and pick, or very nice too.
Oh.
And those are a little more colorful, but that looks good too. Oh, those are pretty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody did them as shorties. There's a really good look at the pattern. Nice work, Louise.
Thank you. Yeah,
Look at
I do have to say, I do like those.
They are pretty. Well,
so what I will do though, because I would like, to give a few of those patterns away. So if anybody is watching this and you would like to knit them, either for the challenge or just to have them in your library, if you did not take part in the sock challenge last year and I haven't already gifted it to you, leave a comment down below and I will send you the pattern.
yay.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm going to cast those on too. And I had a hard time looking through my stash, finding something that was solid or tonal. So what I got is 2 skeins of Croy that I dyed with indigo.
Oh, nice.
So this has probably been in my stash for a while because I haven't, with COVID, Debbie and I haven't done any indigo dyeing the last couple of years. So I've had this for a couple of years. So I think this is what I will use for mine.
Oh, there we go. The screen lightened up all of a sudden. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah. So I think that will be nice too.
Yeah, those will be perfect.
And use up some of my stash. Win-win. I think I might do shorties as well. I don't know. But then I'll have yarn left over.
No, I hate that, right?
Yeah, then it's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a full pair. But that's always an option, right? You got the option. You can make them whatever length you want. Depends, I guess, if you want to wear them right now. Shorties sound kind of good because then you can wear them.
I'm looking forward to it, even though I do socks all the time anyway. I always have socks on the needle.
We should.
I'm excited.
Do you have any socks that you would suggest to people, like ones that you like to knit, or if somebody's looking for a pair?
No, because I'm boring and I just knit vanilla socks most of the time.
But you did your socks of kindness.
I did. They were nice.
Look like a fun pattern.
Yeah, they are. If you like doing pattern socks, they definitely are fun. And yeah, if I don't do vanilla, sometimes I do like vanilla latte, which is you find it on Ravelry. I think it has like a bit of a stripe up it. It might be like what, 6x2, but it's only every other round. So just put some nice stripes up the sock. Just a little. I do like these ones are a 3x1 rib sometimes, just for something different. So
all right, well, I can't wait to see what people are going to knit. And in the Facebook group, feel free to share links to pattern.
Oh, for sure.
And show
Yeah.
us your yarn. This will be a good weekend. A kickoff of a new challenge month is always fun, seeing everybody's plans.
Yeah. And what patterns you're doing and whatnot, inspire somebody else maybe to find something that if they were
Absolutely.
looking for something new to do.
Yeah, stitching. I just thought about this. Did you finish? Is it on the ironing board? Oh my gosh. It is all done. Okay. Oh,
I had to
my
iron it.
Oh, Cheryl, that is beautiful. Oh my gosh, what a lot of work.
So we'll get in close here.
Oh my.
Oh, gotta move my chair. Hold on. So we'll just do a scrolling screenshot. So there you can see my initials I put in at the bottom.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you. And this is the last one I just finished up.
What a stunning, amazing piece that is.
I love it.
So how are you going to frame it now?
Well, I'm gonna, so I gotta get a mounting board for it, and I'll put it on the mounting board, and then I'll get a frame made for it.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna go with like a really like small edge and then a narrow frame.
Wow. Do you know where you're going to hang it in the house?
Nope. Somewhere where everybody has to look at it.
Absolutely.
Because my kids, they told me that I had to hang all of my cross stitch in my bedroom because they didn't want to have to look at all of it. Rotten children.
Oh wow. Well, they will. They're still teenagers, so they don't appreciate.
Well, no, they don't. So I finished that on Sunday, I think. Sunday night, I think I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was knitting for a couple of days on my hipster shawl, and then I got the itch. I needed to start stitching again within a couple of days, but didn't really have time to sit things out and, prepare for a new project.
Right.
Because I haven't 100% decided yet what I'm going to start. It's either going to be the fence with all the bird houses on it. I think I showed that one back, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yep.
It's either going to be that one or it's going to be With Thy Needle 2 by Leela Studio. I bought that pattern a long time ago, and it's another really big piece, but I love it. It's beautiful. Unless when I pull it all out, I find something else that I forgot that I wanted to stitch, because I have a ton of patterns. So this week, I just pulled out my Pandemic by Long Dog Sampler that I've been working on. So this is only like page 6 out of 20. So I'm just on the second strip. So I had done up to this zigzaggy line. So I've done all that this week.
Wow. So that you got a
Just
lot
quite
done
a bit.
there.
Yeah, this is the page pretty much. You can see the square here.
Wow.
So yeah, I've done this the last couple of nights. It's been fun to work on. I always like doing like a one color project because it's just, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to keep changing colors, or just keep loading your needle and keep sewing away. So I'll show the, for those that aren't familiar with it, this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And this came out, it's huge, like absolutely. So the portion I'm working on is, hold on, I gotta look at it to see where I am. Right here. This is the section I'm doing right here. And this
Wow.
wee little corner. So I've got all the way across this strip, and now I'm working my way across here. So I'm only just over a quarter done. But this came out in 2021, and I think it was free when they first put it out. I think it's paid for pattern now. So look at these little, I'm gonna be doing these little people here.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, this guy right here is the corner of my page. So, and if I'm enjoying it, I'll keep on and I'll do one more page after I get this page done. We'll see. I have it in my beautiful Evertote Christmas bag because I love it. I
yeah,
miss
that's
Caroline. 12 Days of Christmas. And I don't know what fabric I'm stitching that on because I don't remember. It's old, and I'm using 814, this really dark, beautiful red.
It's very pretty.
So there's my stitching. Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
I don't have any bags done to show you. But I did last week. I went shopping on Friday, and I think I was showing everybody on the Friday night knit-in. I had bought a new jelly roll, which for those of you that don't know anything about quilting or whatever, it's 2.5-inch strips, and they're wound together in a big round thing, and they're for making quilts. But I don't make quilts. I make project bags. But I love patchwork bags, so I bought a jelly roll, and was showing them, and there were different color families in this line of fabric, and I decided I wanted to do them in color groups.
Oh, I love it.
There's the blue. So yeah, like they're the whole width of fabric. So I got enough. I can make two bags out of each group. So there's the blue.
Oh, nice.
And the pinks. And some greens with a pop of yellow in there. Look at this one.
Oh, wow. Oh, I
love it. All the
that is
orange,
fun.
deep fire oranges.
I love that.
And this was the blacks.
Oh, yeah.
No, I really like it.
Oh,
So there wasn't quite enough that there were 6. So these are 6 strips per thing. And when I got to the green ones, there were only 5 green. And there was only 5 yellow. So I decided that I would take one of the yellows and add it in with the green, just to make it wide enough for bags. And then I have this with the yellows, and I don't know, we'll do something.
I like that. I like
Maybe
those
some notions. Yeah, maybe notions pouches or something. So we'll see. They're so pretty. And then there were these solid strips all came too, but they're not the same width. They're the same length as the pattern. So I'll use these for the tops of the bags for the drawstring.
Look at that. How fun is that?
Cool. Yay, fun.
So much fun.
I enjoy it. Fun. my quick patchwork update.
I like that. Well, I just pulled out my brioche. I took a little look at what I was actually knitting, and I had kind of messed up the side at one point, about 8 rows back or something. So I know, I just sat here and I just pulled it all out.
Oh.
But I think I'm back on track. So I'll just keep going. I like doing this, even though I seem to mess it up every once in a while. I like it. I find it very just rhythmic, and just keep going. So I'll just
Nice.
No rush for this project to be done, because I just like picking up and knitting on it every once in a while.
Nice little palette cleanser for
It
when you're
is.
tired of doing whatever it is you're working on.
This might be a nice little break from sock knitting. Just something you don't have to think about. Well, a little bit apparently, because if I don't think about it too much, apparently I make a mistake.
That's okay.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Mistakes are part of knitting, right?
That's right.
I did do some teaching this week, and that's what yeah, I know, stress to the, new knitters always think that once they get lots of practice, they're going to stop making mistakes. And I had to burst that bubble. Like, no. You will
There's always something.
Always make a mistake. Unfortunately, kind of goes with the territory.
That's right.
Anyways, yeah. So is that it? I think that's
it.
That's been my knitting for the week. I have got a little bit of plans on tomorrow on Saturday, but Sunday hopefully will be a knitting day. Just lots of knitting really for the weekend. Try to get some of my New Start Mondays finished.
Yay. I'm gonna do some sewing.
That sounds a good way to spend the weekend.
Yeah, because 1 week or 1 month from like Monday, we will be in Johnstown, Ontario for a new Fibre festival. So that's pretty exciting. So I got to get making bags.
That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh, that's going to come so quick.
Yeah. So anybody who is in the Ottawa, Kingston sort of area, east of Toronto there, that knows where Johnstown is. It's a little tiny little town right on the St. Lawrence River. And Louise and I are going to be there. So come by and check out the yarn and Fibre and come say hi to us.
That would be fun to meet people in person.
Yeah. So it's called For the Love of Fibre. So there's some information on my website about it, like address and whatnot, under the coming events tab way down at the bottom of the homepage. So, and I believe there's a Facebook page that has like an events page that has information, but they haven't added like all the vendors in yet. They kind of started it and haven't done more. So, but there's going to be lots there. If you want to see who all's going to be there, I know my friend Lindsay, who is Dyed by Lindsay. She's on Facebook and Instagram, and she's been sharing vendors on profiles on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can go look there if you're interested. So it's exciting.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Fibre shows. Woo woo.
Yay. I know. That's good stuff. Well, then, yeah, get making. You're going to have lots of stock. So, yep, you're going to be busy then for the next.
So.
And Full Fibre Frolic. That's coming at the end of April as well, right?
On April 23rd and 24th, I think it is. That weekend, anyway, the Saturday and Sunday is the Faux Frolic, put on by the Toronto Knitters Guild. So it's an online event again this year. And you can find it by go look online, search it. Toronto Knitters Guild, they have a website, or Faux Frolic or the Toronto Knitters Frolic. Any of those, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Search something close and something will come up, right?
Yeah. And it's not very much. I think it was like $25 or something. And you have access all weekend. There's all kinds of talks and stuff going on and some different classes maybe. And there's a whole list of vendors participating, and they have specials on and all kinds of stuff like that too. So yeah, at the end of April.
Okay. Hey, so much fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Fun stuff. I love Fibre shows.
Oh, I know.
So much fun. See all the people and all the stuff.
I know. See all the new stuff. Neon colors seem to be very popular right now. Noticed that when we were in Hamilton.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt now, but that's okay.
You just have more money to spend at this next show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been fun catching up with you, Cheryl. Socks. So you want people to leave comments down below for your sock.
Yeah.
The
Which yarn should I use?
light gray,
I don't know.
the dark, or the pink. I mean, really they'd all be nice, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I don't know.
The pink just looks so springy.
I know. I'm thinking because lace and pretty and girly, and I'm thinking pink. I still have to wind it into 2 balls anyway, so I gotta wind whatever I do.
Well, I think you would be happy with the pink. I think it would look really pretty.
I think so.
And I cannot wait to see it knit
Woohoo.
show up and how it comes out like that.
Yeah.
Will be exciting. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Give us a thumbs up because it really helps our happy sock knitting, everybody, and happy April.
Happy April. Spring is here, other than it's snowing, but that's okay. We're getting one step closer to the nice weather really, truly being here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.